Hello everybody, let's start this video with a minute about biology, specifically about dopamine, a substance in our brain that makes us feel satisfied and rewarded. From winning a second round against your brother on the PlayStation to your first backflip in the swimming pool, we usually experience the effect of dopamine after achieving something we are proud of after doing it. Many gamers also experience the effect of dopamine by winning a game that involved many previous losses. This is a form of confirmation for your evolution in the game. But what if this confirmation can be confirmed even more? What do you think of tournaments with prize money that you too can participate in? Making money by playing VR games. Isn't it something that a lot of VR gamers among us would love to try? You play a game so much and according to yourself, your skills are unbeatable. And on top of that, you can also be rewarded for it too. That sounds interesting, right? It is possible with VR Esport events. And these are organized by the Virtual Athletics League. VALvr is an organization that is committed to organizing esport events and guiding developers to get their game esport ready, so that more and more tournaments can be available in the future for the many motivated VR athletes among us. These VR esport events are organized a few times a year under the winter games and summer games. During these periods you will be able to participate in tournaments on a free basis in a wide choice of VR games. The winners of these tournaments then win prize money. I myself am a fan of sporty activities in VR games, so I participated in 2 events during the last winter games, of which I won one with the first place and the second I was also a winner but with the third place. In this video I will talk about my experiences in these events and also how you can get involved in future events. I participated for the events for Ninja Legends and PowderVR. So how did this actually work? Each tournament has a qualification round in which you can participate, and the X number of participants with the highest scores will proceed to the final rounds. There are also rules that the players must obey in both the qualification and final rounds. So I signed up for 2 events and the first one was from PowderVR, a fantastic ski and snowboard game for VR. For this tournament, the developers had made specific levels with the necessary variation to figure out your perfect route. These levels were well built to maintain the competitive effect. These levels also replaced existing game levels that required unlocking before you could participate. The rules at this event were the strict use of only skis or a snowboard without extra gear. The use of bugs or exploits was not allowed, but for very exceptional scenarios it could be judged individually. Each participant could submit a score once per round. I could practice as much as needed per round before submitting a score. The round could last a maximum of 5 minutes, and the best score that was achieved during these 5 minutes was the submitted score. As proof of my participation and score, I had to record both the qualification and final round on video. The recording had to start from the main menu and the 5 minutes started with the first movement once the level was loaded. A score that ended with a bail or crash did not count towards submission. You had to make it to the finish. Since this was a competitive event with prize money, I wanted to be well prepared for any competition of the same level. Participants were not allowed to publicly share our scores during the tournament. Not being able to estimate my opponents was an extra stimulation to get as high a score as I could. It asked a lot of energy and sweat, but I ended up with a higher score every day than the day before. Certain tricks scored higher than others, and from jump to jump it was important that I did these specific tricks on specific jumps to get the scores per trick as high as possible. Finally, when I was confident enough about my score, I then submitted it and waited for an email for my admission for the final round. The 12 highest scores of the qualification rounds could continue to the final round. The scores of these qualification rounds have not yet been announced, but I received confirmation that I was one of the 12 lucky winners to make it to the finals. The final round was a bit different from the first round. The level for the final round was much wider and felt less like a compact track. This gave us the opportunity to explore the level. I thought that in order to win the final round, I had to put in extra effort than the right tricks on the right jumps. At the start of the finals, in the other direction, was a narrow, steep slope that was accessible. It was not forbidden to use this slope, and this short detour at the start gave a nice boost to my score at the start of the run. This resulted in a starting score that you could usually reach with a couple perfect tricks. It also took a little longer before you reached the half-pipe or jump locations where you want to do specific tricks, so before I got there I was busy with simple 360 jumps for the extra points. To my surprise, the half-pipe in the final round was a double half-pipe. It was also very handy to land on the middle part so you could do an extra jump. Repeating the same trick several times also lowered the points that you'd get for doing these tricks. But every bit of points was welcome, and I still had to save some tricks for further jumps. I filled the 5 minutes before the run very well in the final round by making creative use of the map, and because of this I was able to achieve a score of more than 20,000 points. All this effort has resulted in me finishing in first place and hereby the winner of the first PowderVR Esport event. Although the scores have not been officially announced publicly yet, I have already received the $250 prize money with the added notification stating that I have won first place. The second tournament I entered was for Ninja Legends. Ninja Legend is an action-packed hack-and-slash arcade in the role of a ninja. The method for this event was a bit different from the method of the first event. For the qualification round this time you did not have to record the session on video, but instead you had to show a screenshot of your score while keeping your katana in view. In the game you can use a secondary weapon in addition to a first weapon, and the rules were that the first weapon had to be the katanas, and for the secondary weapon you had a free choice. Only the participants with the 3 highest scores were allowed to proceed to the final round. Also, the final round had to be recorded on video. This was different compared to the qualification round. The qualification round took place in a specific existing level of the game that you must have already unlocked and on the normal difficulty setting. After submitting my score, I waited for my ticket to the final round and continued practicing for the event for PowderVR. My score turned out to be high enough to go to the final round, but I was informed about this one day after the end of the period for the final round. It turned out that I had not been notified by email what was going to happen normally. I would have been notified by Discord instead, if I had accepted a friend request from one of the event staff members. I get random friend requests often, including on Discord, and that is why I don't accept them all. I didn't realize that one of them was from the event staff members. They were kind enough to give me a chance to submit another score and give me an extra day to get this score. But luck sometimes comes with bad luck. I had not yet unlocked the final round level and it was impossible for me to unlock it in time. Unfortunately, I was unable to submit a score for the final round and I was automatically placed in third place with a prize of $100. So with both events I won a total of $350. So let me show you how you can do the same. I am currently not aware of any dates for the summer games, so I will use the templates from the winter games as example. If you want to stay tuned for the summer games or any other future events, I recommend that you occasionally take a look at one of their social media pages or website, all of which I will link in the video description. First, you will have to register on the VALvr website and then you will have to go to the One Arena website to register in the events where you want to participate in. It's simple as that. There are no limits in different events that you can participate in, but you can only submit one result per event per round. Everything is always well described in connection with certain questions you may have, and you will also be informed in time by email about when the qualification and final rounds will start. After the rounds, you will also be notified by email if you are one of the lucky winners. And this is how you too have a chance to participate in esport tournaments for virtual reality. Good luck to anyone who is planning to participate. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. Salut!